Many times as we've done this. Boom, there we go. It's working now. This whole time I thought, don't even act like that works. Actually, now you actually, let's see. Boom. What can you hear? Can you hear me?
Yes.
Can you hear yourself?
Yes, I'm listening to myself right now.
Do you sound good or do you sound bad?
I love it.
Me too. I love it too. At least our sound is working now, guys. Sorry, I made a mistake and I didn't realize that I didn't double check the audio. I should have double checked the audio first. But now that we're here and we're good to go, we're just good to go. Yep. Hi, what's up, guys? We are doing our Went for a Walk, Got Lost today, and then we're going to see how this goes. It's been a while since we've done Went for a Walk, Got Lost, and actually, let me move this over a little bit so that we can keep Boycat into the picture, and I'm going to move over this way. Boom. So we can keep Boycat into the picture a little bit more. There we go. I think it's set now. I think it's perfect. I think we're ready to go. And yeah, so how is everybody doing? Everybody having a good day today? Have you guys did your normal daily exercises? Have you done your normal daily what else do you normally do? Meditation? You do meditation, right? You meditate? Oh, I didn't have sound and I was checking my Bluetooth. No, Brian, no. I did not double check the sound, and so every single time that we have a show, right at the beginning of the show, the audio doesn't come in. So that's just part of the game. There's not much that we can do about that. What's up, Lori? How are you doing? How's it going? I hope that you guys are having a great day. We're having a great day. Did you have a great day, Ralph? How were you?
Since 4:30, I've been having a great day.
Yeah, so let's talk about that a little bit. We both decided that we were going to wake up at 4:30 a.m. and go for a run. And you were talking about how you wanted to you've been wanting to get your cardio back. You wanted to get your cardio better because you've got a little bit of you're about to join a new gym and you want to try to get yourself into better shape faster, than just going to a regular gym by itself. So, we have the shred shed and we have all these things that we normally do. And I might have to get this going again because that's a little ridiculous. Yeah. So we have to. We woke up at 4:30.
4:30.
4:30. First thing we did was wake up, go outside, and go for a run. And how was it? How was it for you? Did you have a fun time waking up, and getting up, and running?
At first, no. I'm going to be honest. But after, yes.
Well, so at what point did you start feeling better? Was it on the way to the track, or was it on the way? Let's see. Was it on the way?
After I started getting the heart rate up, started saying it's not that bad.
Right. You have to get your heart rate up a little bit. You have to practice. You have to get. That's the main thing about it, though. Waking up. The hardest thing is getting out of bed. As soon as you get out of bed, then you're ready to roll. You're ready to rock and roll. It's not like hold on one sec. Let me get right here. Boom. Boom. So I just had to block somebody because same guy, same crap. It's the same crap. You saw it, right? I just saw it right here. It's the same crap. It's it's guys. We don't take negativity. I don't care, if you... I don't care. You can attack me all you want to, but if you attack our guests, you attack anybody else, we're not dealing with it. Don't tolerate it. It's very annoying having to deal with that type of stuff. So we'll definitely block you. We'll delete you and get you out of here if we don't feel like tolerating it. So anyway, 4:30 a.m., getting out there. The hardest thing is getting out of bed. Getting out of bed is one of the hardest things that you can do. Mm-hmm. And... once you get out of bed and then you actually start jogging towards, and we're lucky, we're actually very lucky because we have a track that's literally right up the road from us. And being able to go there and being able to get your runs in without having to worry about stumbling over anything or tripping over anything or falling over anything, it's probably pretty badass. I mean, it helps a lot being able to being able to get a good workout in, right?
Yes.
How did you feel whenever we started doing the runs? Were you tired, or were you just like, I don't feel like doing this. This is ridiculous. Why did I sign up for this?
I enjoyed it. It was peaceful out.
That's what's great about it.
And the thought of getting extra work in is always good.
It's always good. And then you don't know, and you know that everybody else is asleep.
Mm-hmm.
And you're out there getting your work in, and you can always get your sleep. But what are you going to do? Are you going to just lay around and just BS all the time?
Right.
Or are you just going to get out there and rock and roll and run and roll and just keep moving and try to keep that positive momentum going into the day? Because even though you didn't get as much sleep, did you feel better once you got through it?
Yes.
That's one of the main things is and it was cold, it was wet, and it's a lot harder whenever the weather is when the weather doesn't necessarily work with you on it, and you have to deal with that shit. You have to deal with it. It's just one of the worst things that you can do is going out. It's cold, it's wet, it's super early, it's still dark. I should be in bed, but should I really be in bed, or should I be ready to go? I should be ready to go. So anyway, guys, thank you all for joining us. What's up, Laura? How are you? It was pouring today. I will walk tomorrow. Yeah, I totally. That's what we were just talking about. It's one of those things where we wanted to sleep in. We didn't want to. We don't necessarily like dealing with. We don't necessarily like dealing with the weather, dealing with everything that comes with it. But it's just one of those things where you have to do what you have to do, and you have to get out there and go. We both agreed that we were going to get up and go, so then we got up and went. And then we had a great workout this morning, and then you went to work, I went to work, and then we came back, and then we met up at the shred shed, and then we got another badass workout in today as well. And we were actually taking more video of that today, so that's definitely going to be something that's going to be going on in the future. What's up, Darnell? How are you, brother? Hope that you're doing well. We're just talking about our little workouts that we got in this morning, and hope that you guys enjoyed yourselves. And what's up, guys? Yep. What's up, Darnell? Yeah, thank you, Lori. We were working hard. This broke my focus a little bit, trying to manage all this stuff at the same time and see everything that's going on, because I don't have patience for any of that type of stuff. So. Anyway, yes, Darnell, we were out there at 4:30 a.m. We did our run. We went to the shred shed, and so we did some wind sprints, but we didn't push it too hard. We weren't like sprinting as hard as we can. We were just doing like some good runs, some good long strides. You know what I mean?
Yep.
And the main thing is we had legs today, and normally I don't like doing a lot of crazy stuff before leg day, but sometimes you got to do what you got to do. And we agreed that we were going to do our runs, so we went and did our runs, and then we had leg day. And leg day, oh boy, leg day kicked our asses today, man. I did 300 for 4 sets. I wanted to do 5 sets, but I had to back off, and I had to do 3 sets. You did, what was it, 285 for 4 sets, 3 sets? How many? 3 sets?
Yep.
And you got all those. How'd you feel after that?
Felt like I was in a daze after, yeah.
Yeah, pretty much. That's one of the things is like it gets you really tired. It gets you working. It gets your blood flow going. It gets as much as you can. It's like one of those things where you just have to suffer through it. You know you're going to suffer. You know how you have to deal with it, but you don't have much of a choice. You have to do what you have to do.
Yeah.
That's one of the main things that any of us have to stick through. What's up, Louie? How you doing, buddy? We are talking about our little workouts that we had today. And Prime Media is in the building. What's up, brother? I'm going to be releasing our interview that you and I had very, very soon. It's probably going to be next Monday, actually. I'm almost finished editing it, so I'll let you know. I can't walk in the rain yet because of the eye. I will walk at 8 a.m. Yep, Laura Spangler, just take your time. That's one of the main things that you can do about this. And we all have to take our time. Like Ralph and I, we went out, but we didn't push it as hard as we normally can. We just did it. We got the work in, and we got it over with. And then we went about our normal day, and we went about getting our work in that we could do. So, yeah, Laura, just be careful in the dark. Yeah, we were running in the dark, and running in the dark isn't one of the most. It's not one of the most recommended things that you should be doing, but the reason why I feel more comfortable doing it is because it's on a track. So if it's on a track, you don't necessarily have to watch where you're stepping. You don't have to worry about missing a turn or missing a bump and the slipping and falling. I mean, you always got to, worry about slipping and falling. But the thing about running on the track is you don't have to worry about that type of stuff. You just focus on the run. Now, in the future, when we get bored with the track, which we definitely will get bored with the track, we'll probably try to do something different. We'll probably try to go out somewhere else. And you're going to burn more calories whenever you run on a different area than the same area that you're used to running, because your brain is working a little bit more and you have to look out a little bit more. So it's one of those weird things where your brain's burning more calories because you have to work it. You have to work it while you're going on that run. And so it's always fun. It's always good. Yeah, definitely. You got it, Prime Media. We're all in it together, brother. That's what this is about, man. We're all trying to keep this stuff rolling, as they say, or as what was it, Limp Bizkit? Limp Bizkit said, "Keep it rolling." And So anyway. That was our day. Did you eat well today? How did you eat? Was your diet on point or was it off point?
What is the low carb chicken wraps?
Yep. Low carb chicken wraps. We use these wraps that are they're high in fiber, lower in carbs. I think they're like 13 grams of 13 grams of carbohydrates. I mean, we're not like zero carbohydrates, but we're low carbohydrates, which is generally what you want. For the type of diets that we're doing, high protein, that type of stuff. So, and we try to burn our fat, we try to burn our fat more than anything, but you never know. You never know exactly how this stuff goes. That song gets me amped. Prime Media said that song gets me amped. Talking about Rollin' by Limp Bizkit. And I think that gets everybody amped. That gets me amped all the damn time. I love it. I am, what the funny thing is? People say that Limp Bizkit is people's... it's like people's guilty pleasure, but it's not a guilty pleasure for me, man. I'll play My Way. You know My Way? You know the song My Way? This time I'm going to let it all come out. So it reminds me of Stone Cold and The Rock's WrestleMania match that they had. I think it was like the second match that they had. They had like 3 main event matches at WrestleMania, which is like unheard of 2 of the same opponents having. But one of the best highlight reels, one of the best build-up videos ever was Limp Bizkit's My Way. And it was The Rock versus Stone Cold, and they were both, arguing over like whose way was it going to be? It was going to be my way, it was going to be your way, it was going to be The Rock's way, it was going to be Stone Cold's way.
Right.
I don't remember whose way it was. It doesn't really matter. It was just a great match, But that's what I love it. It's yeah, exactly. It's my way or the highway, 100%. That's exactly what it was. It was my way or the highway. And sometimes, what's up, Rick? How you doing, brother? Perfect timing. I was trying to buy us time because I know that you love Went for a Walk, Got Lost, and that's exactly what we're doing tonight. We're covering our latest trip to Annapolis Rock. Ralph and I love Annapolis Rock so much. We've been there like 4 or 5 different times for multiple reasons. And the most recent time, all of our family was here except for one little brother, but all of our siblings were here. And we all took a trip out to Annapolis Rock because we were like, we got to do something. We got to go hiking. We have to go do something. And we love going hiking. We love our fitness, what's it called? Fitness lifestyle, fit life.
I'd go with
Fit
that.
Life Fam, Fit Life Fam. Darnell said that was WrestleMania 19. I think that was WrestleMania 19 for the Rock and Stone Cold doing the My Way promo. But I don't. Oh, sorry, guys. I don't necessarily know. Bullshit. You already yawned like 15 different times than I have. Jerk. We got up at 4:30. What do you want me to do? Yeah. So we had, we had our exercises, we had our workouts, and then we had to get in here. We had to have enough time. I know it's almost 10 p.m. I know it's a little bit late, but better late than never, as we always say. And now we're about to get on to our trip to Annapolis Rock. And this was the family. This is us, and we were heading over to Annapolis Rock. And we're going to start by let me go on and get this video up real quick and get it ready to rock and roll so that we can get the sound on it. Perfect. I'm going to set up the sound now. I'm just going to walk you guys through exactly what I'm doing right now so that I can get everything set up properly. Boom. There we go. There is my brother Brian and Ralph. Here, let me, here, you want to watch this a little bit with me too? There we go. I'm going to turn up the gain for that so that we can get some audio on it. Boom. And now, here we go. Annapolis Rock.
On our way to Annapolis Rock.
That's my sister Dreama. It's my brother Brian. So we have me. We have Donnie, which is our brother. We have Dreama, which is our sister. We have Leonard, which is our cousin. And we have Bob, who is our brother. Another one of our brothers in there. And then we have Jimbo, which is another brother there, who came to Annapolis Rock. And everybody's ready to rock and roll.
What'd you say?
Oh.
What'd you say? She ain't gonna repeat it. She ain't gonna repeat it. She up there, all the way up there, mama. Is Brian going to,
Dreama and Bob do not get along sometimes.
I mean, he's in front of us.
And here we are, taking a little bit of a walk, getting ourselves ready to get to the beautiful view that's in Annapolis Rock. And this was a very fun trip. I was not expecting good old Bob Hollywood to make his happy ass up on the trip. And I have to say that I'm very proud of Bob Hollywood for getting up there and rolling up onto this trip and being able to be able to get through it. Because, you know, that's no joke, man. It's a long trip. It's a longer trip than you think. It's like an hour and a half walk. Hour and a half walk.
Uphill, downhill.
Uphill, downhill. It's just all. Now, these two on the left-hand side right here, them two, they decide to go ahead. So you'll lose them because they decide to run ahead and they want to go on and experience Annapolis Rock for what it is by themselves. And you gotta give Bob props. You gotta give him Bob props. He's almost 300 and something pounds, and he's walking his happy ass up those hills, getting up there so that we can all see Annapolis Rock. You gotta give it to him, you know.
Mm-hmm.
I completely forgot Jimmy was here because he ain't running his fucking mouth. Completely forgot.
Ain't that nice?
He was being so quiet. Because, you know, the thing is, like, when you first start the trail, you don't realize it, but like it's uphill and it's like a little bit of an uphill battle, and it's tough. It can definitely be tough, and the hard thing about it is, like, you have to just keep going, and then eventually, once you're talking to each other and it's all good, then you're all fine. Yep. But at first, man, it starts getting your heart rate up, and you're like, "Geez, I was not prepared for this."
That's what my dad thought too.
What did he say? What did I miss there?
Completely forgot.
Oh, completely forgot.
So I said I completely forgot about Jimmy, and Jimmy's like, "That's what my dad said."
My dad thought too. I thought it was a nice stroll, a family, and Bob, and then I forget Jimmy's there.
Sometimes you forget Jimmy's there. Definitely, Bob's basically family. He's right.
And whenever she had the motorcycle and you were with Jimmy, perfect. I mean, you'd be able to do yeah, I just wanted to didn't know how it was. Yeah, and we're already like, we don't fit in normal vehicles, you know. You guys move behind you.
More of Bob and I complaining about how we don't fit in normal vehicles. Pretty normal stuff. Because we really don't. You hear that breathing? I hear Ralph breathing. Ralph, why are you breathing so heavy, Ralph?
This is steep hill.
Two older brothers. How you guys doing?
How you guys doing?
I love it because Brian over there on the YouTube stream said that me and Leonard made a workout out of it. We sprinted a bunch of the hills. Yeah, there were a bunch of hills.
Yeah.
And sprinting those hills is no joke. So that was most definitely a really good workout that you could definitely do.
Yeah.
I wasn't taking any chances because I didn't think that I would do too well on it, but pretty cool. Pretty cool.
Sit down.
Bob wants to sit down.
Oh, man.
He twisted his ankle, that's all they did. I'm just here for emotional.
How did that happen?
Bob couldn't even come up with an excuse. Dreamer had his back on that. See? So, sometimes they get along. They get along pretty well sometimes, Dreamer had his back on that.
I gotta get to the seat. Sit down. Oh, man.
He twisted his ankle, that's all they did.
He twisted an ankle. That's all it is. That's all it is.
How did that happen? Just not being prepared. Not being prepared. He said if you stay with...
He wasn't prepared, man. You got to give him that. Most of us weren't prepared for it, though. Even though me and you have been there way more often than everybody else, we were both still breathing heavy,
Gotta get the ready, but...
What could you have done to be prepared?
Not be 350 fucking pounds, I guess, for one.
That's the first thing.
Hey, man, you got to give it to him. That's like the first thing he could have did was to be prepared. He didn't have to be 350 pounds. Being 350 pounds probably makes it a little bit more tough.
Know that I was going to come up all these fucking this stairway to heaven. Shit.
What do you think about that?
Man, I'll be feeling the same right now.
Dirt, straight dirt.
Dreamer's feeling the same.
He was just looking at his leg.
I didn't want to sit down, but Dreamer did it first, She's my motivator, she's my rock. So,
That means you gotta keep pushing it.
I was going to blame it on whoever did it first. The blame's not all her.
At least you guys agree.
Right, exactly. At least they do agree with each other,
Sometimes.
They're trying.
Sometimes. What do you mean by sometimes?
I don't really want to air our family business. I don't know. I don't want to have Jordane do too much out of it. Sometimes she can be a real,
Now, here's the thing. These two have already had their weird interactions with each other. They have already had, can you hear the thing picking it up in the audio as well?
I haven't checked.
Oh, okay. But here's the thing. These two have a history of trying, as we've talked in our last episode of the Friday Night Try with old Jimbo and I, the last thing, these two sometimes don't get along. Sometimes they have this friendly or not so friendly competition where they're trying to get each other wasted because, I don't know why they're just so mean to each other like that. But we'll go back a little bit so you can hear a little bit of their interactions because Bob's trying to be a little honest about how he feels about Dreamer, and then Dreamer's like, wait, what?
Air our family business. I don't know. I
don't want to air our family business. See, he don't want to get too personal about it.
I don't really want to air our family business. I don't know. I don't want to have Jordane do too much out of it. Sometimes she can be a real,
What'd you say?
I don't want to call her name because she's like my sister.
What do you mean he knows? Do you know something?
Hey, you were recording, so what do you know? How can Dreamer be sometimes, huh?
You know better than me.
Oh, look, they're sitting down.
See, you were just sitting down, Dreamer. You were just sitting down.
What is it?
Hey, I can't make nobody do nothing. Clearly, they wanted to sit down.
Here we are popping squats.
Dig a hole.
You gotta do that.
Hey, now that we're rested and you finally got here.
Bob, come on. All right, Bob.
Poor Bob's just trying to make it up the hill.
Thanks, man. They weren't built for this shit. Technically, if you want to speak, they were built for it.
True.
Mr. Technical. Bob's just trying to talk. Bob's just trying to talk his way through it. He said, my legs were not built for this. And Mr. Technical, Cousin Frank Thunder, and you got to go back and see some of the Cousin Frank Thunder episodes that we've had so that you can see how technical he can be sometimes. It's like, technically, your legs were built for this. It's true. Your legs were technically built for it.
I mean, technically, if you want to speak, they were built for it. Right? It's a basic human function to walk. So, yes, our legs were built to propel our bodies forward up a hill.
Straight paths. Down should have needed. We were never supposed to ascend.
Never tries to ascend.
Like,
You can't argue that
if
logic.
you're chasing a deer and he goes down the hill, you can go down the hill, but you live down there now. You can't go back to where you came from. Or you got to find an alternate path. Woo!
Circle around.
He's getting it, though.
That's the science
Hey,
part.
you got to give it to Bob. He's getting it, though, you know?
Not gonna find this in a class. Not gonna get a degree on this shit. You ever think that maybe it's that I'm in front of people and they're not behind me? People not to my body. I'm about to just open up a little community college. We teach science, philosophy, and maths. I'm about to hang with these dudes. This dude right here is going on.
Maths. Sorry, can't eat that.
Yeah, it's a good idea not to bring the good camera for something like this. The phone works just as
We were
well.
very tired at that point. We kept it moving, though. We kept it moving.
Yeah.
This was like an hour and a half walk, and if you guys joined us for the last episode of Went for a Walk, Got Lost, when we were at Annapolis
Yeah.
Rock, you'll definitely see
You'll be
that it is quite the walk. It is quite the hike to get there, but it's worth it. And you see this giant stairway to heaven that we had to keep walking up.
It'll be fun, they say.
The view is amazing, they say.
And here's Jimmy annoyed. The view is amazing, they say. Who says? Here's me and Donnie taking a picture.
Found her.
So we lost Dreama and Bob. We were trying to find them, and we were yelling, Dreama Bob, where are you, where are you? And we could not get him. And then Donnie was like, hold on. I'll find him. And then he went like this. I thought Dreama was like ready to answer, though.
Is that her? That's
That was
her.
definitely her. That was definitely her. That was definitely them.
You are literal.
Think about that shit. That's what I'm thinking about. I'm super fucking new.
You are literal.
You just made me think about
It's funny, yeah. I just think it's funny because I don't think about it until you get because you get hung up on it. And I was like, oh shit, Bob, here goes Bob brain.
And Rick, oh my God, he was annoying me the other night after we were done.
Yeah.
And we were
Try to get up there a little bit.
Totally worth it.
because we were just in there, obviously we just had.
See if we can get a little bit more of the walk through. We had a lot of the walk.
You're almost there now.
Yep, we're almost there. And it's funny because Laura Spangler in the chat said that she don't think that she can make this walk. And, you know, it might be something that you'd have to build your tolerance up for. Because, it definitely can kick your ass.
Yeah,
It could
yeah.
definitely, it kicked all of our asses. In one way or another, it definitely kicked all of our asses. But the beautiful thing about it is it's totally worth it. It's such a badass view. The view is worth it, right?
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I think it is.
100%.
And here's old Dreama taking her little walk up to Annapolis Rock for the first time. She's never seen it before. None of them have ever seen it before except for you and I. We're the only two that have ever seen it before.
Well, online, too. It's easy.
Yeah, we showed them online, but that don't count.
Is that some?
Yeah.
Who's burning?
lines over there.
See, we were looking for Brian and Leonard because they ran ahead. Oh, here we go. Here we go. We made it. We finally made it to Annapolis Rock. It was a long walk. It was a long, perilous journey. But we finally made it. And you know what, Laura? I think that you could make it if you practiced just a little bit, if you took your time and you progressively took the walk. Because it is, I mean, it's a lot of walking and it's a lot of uphill, downhill. But there's some stairs there, a lot of stuff that's like made for you. I don't know, though. It is a tough walk, though. It is most definitely a tough walk. That's one of the things about it. So here's the thing. Here is what you're going for. This is the view that you want to see. And, you know, it's not like the most amazing view, but it is a pretty badass view. It's a pretty amazing view, I'd say. I like it. She says it's badass as she's looking at her phone.
What do you think?
She didn't even look up.
Noise. Walk on the rocks.
There's a bunch of people there. A lot of people were there, you know, checking out the view as well, trying to do it, you know, trying to check out things and see how it was going.
We were trading off.
And here I am trying to get a good selfie. A nice little selfie shot. I think that's a good little shot right there. And Bob was just looking. Look at that smile, too. Bob was just looking at like, head first to my death. He's like, ain't that funny, guys? Ain't that funny, guys? Head first to my death.
Head first to my death.
And you got old Jimbo back there in the background, checking things out on his own. You got Donnie, you got cousin Leonard, you got Dreama, you got Adam. We're all there, but we're missing one. Where's the other one at?
Good question.
Good question. Where is the other one at? Now, you heard Dreama, and why in the world do you think that Dreama would say,
Be this like this, bro. Fuck it.
Brian!
get up? She's trying to tell him. And then I look over, and I'm like, oh, shit. And I kind of do laugh. I see where he is, and I'm like, oh shit, I got to get this.
God dang.
She's like, Dreama's like, what do you mean? Look at him.
I'm never gonna tell you you're wrong, bro. You said what, John?
And now, so I saw where Brian was, and then I thought to myself, I got to go over there. I got to see where he is. I got to see what he sees. That's true, Laura. True enough. Any walk, you have to think you can do it for sure. Absolutely. And then you just have to keep pushing. You have to keep pushing. Yeah, Rick, exactly. That's the thing. It's definitely worth the walk. You just have to...
It's very easy traversing this shit.
It was not hard once we got there, you know?
It looks a lot harder, don't it?
And look at that. Look at that background, though. So he climbed over the top. I went to the bottom, and then I went around. I probably went the safer, easier way.
Started from the bottom, now we're here.
That's about all I know.
About that song.
Yeah, that's all I know about that. That's all I know.
You have to climb down.
Oh yeah, you gotta climb down and come over.
So that's where we were, and I'm kind of getting a view from where we were.
You just have to know how to climb.
You just have to know how to climb. Sometimes you do just have to know how to climb.
Kumbaya.
Is everybody
course,
hanging
the black
out?
sheep away from the group.
And of course,
too cool.
I got my own rock. Jimbo, He's never short of words. He's never short of words, you know?
And then, of course, the black sheep away from the group. Somebody who's too cool.
Writing albums. I got my own rock.
I've got my own rock. Now you see, sometimes Brian likes to push it a little bit, huh? He likes to get out there and see what boundaries he can push. And now, if you listen closely, Dreamer's like the mom of the group, trying to get him to get down.
Right.
Yeah, it's ridiculous, Brian.
She's bringing up the deep voice.
Brian, fucking chill.
He's like Dreamer's bringing out the.
Brian.
All right.
Please. Alright, I can't pause.
That's a really cool view, though. That is a really cool view.
Imagine where he
In
is.
case, you know?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, it's totally worth it, though. Like, this is the second video that we've done on the.
He needs some music.
If only he had music, he would have been set. And now we're heading back. And now the conversations can get a little ridiculous. Because,
don't need no toilet paper.
you know,
You
we got
gotta
to
go,
see
you
the
gotta
view.
go, man.
We got to see everything that we wanted to see. Now we're heading our way back.
They didn't have toilet paper 1,000 years ago.
Bob had to use the bathroom. Good night, Laura. We will see you tomorrow for Spitting Venom Radio.
What are they recovering?
But they probably didn't have to wipe back then either because they weren't eating McDonald's, so they had solid shit, you know? So it wasn't like having to wipe so bad.
Send me a few of the group photos.
Yeah, a lot of times the McDonald's is what messes
Good
you up.
word,
You know?
the creek and then wash there. That's probably what it was. They probably did it by a creek.
I probably would do it. I would probably use the bathroom by a creek if I was near a creek. You know, in prehistoric times.
Just keep going.
It's just going right down my ass.
Just in case you guys are wondering, we're contemplating on how they must have used bathrooms before toilets.
I mean, the rich folks probably did have some. I don't know.
You would think. Like,
The rich folks had it.
I guess white is a lack of
I
color.
never said white. That's the same.
You did, you whispered it.
It's the same.
That's why I can't stand you now.
Oh.
Leonard?
Oh, him and Dreamer going at it again.
Kick in the door and get a video of it.
All right, Dan. Hey,
And we thought Leonard was
One of
there,
these
but I
things
think Leonard
don't
ended up being
belong.
somewhere else.
dreadlock with red hair.
The hell was that?
You don't like a nature man.
He's enjoying it though, man. He's a bird.
I got tired of fucking carrying it. So you just gonna leave it in the fucking woods?
I left it on the outhouse. Whoever comes cleans this shit up, they can take it.
Put it in the trash can when you get to your car.
Now these two are talking about littering because there was the trash can right by the outhouse. So Jimmy put it in the outhouse,
Don't you throw trash out the fucking window all the goddamn time?
and now they're arguing.
Don't you throw shit out the window all the time?
No, I did not. Never said you did.
I don't fucking know. Well, Bob, go back and get the
I don't know. Was he just throwing that out there to see?
Jimmy was just talking shit.
No, I don't. Well, I don't know, man.
Is he triggered right there?
A little bit.
Deer getting eaten by a bear.
Yeah. So Bob said, "I hope that all you hear is a deer getting eaten by a bear." And back in the old Spitting Venom Radio show, I used to play a mean joke onto Jimmy. Jimmy doesn't care about people getting killed, and like he can see all kinds of crazy videos of people getting shot and like crazy videos like that, and doesn't bother him any. But as soon as an animal gets hurt, he can't handle it. And I don't blame him. I kind of feel bad for animals too. But I would play. So there was this viral video way back in the day, like 5 or 6 years ago, where a bear went into this person's backyard and caught a deer and started eating the deer just in their backyard. And this person just broke out their phone and was like, "Oh my God, can you believe what the hell is happening right now? This is crazy." And and the noise that the deer made is very similar to the noise that Bob and I start making right here because we're assholes and we're being a little mean to Jimmy.
The deer getting eaten by a bear. And that bear's like chomp, chomp, chomp.
That bear was just chomping away. That bear was just chomping away. That bear did not give a shit. It was just sitting there in that backyard, just eating away, dude. It was eating away. It did not care.
Wondering how many teeth it was.
Right. It's not hillbilly. It's not hillbilly. Right.
I mean, I've been up here for 16 years and I still haven't drawn. Like,
So we're talking about different accents.
But Ron's never had an accent.
Because I didn't have an accent when I first moved up here, but I did when I was younger. You know, I think we all had a accent when we were younger, though, because we all grew up in Florida, and in the part of Florida where we grew up, most people had accents when they were younger. You know,
Yeah.
but then at a certain point, some people try to get rid of it. I tried to get rid of it, and some people just kind of embrace it, and they just have like a super Southern accent. You know.
hey, y'all, welcome to Arby's.
Oh, that's what. Hey, y'all, welcome to Arby's.
It was different than that. The young guy.
I didn't say that. It was different. And she was like, I have an accent. And I was like, yeah. She was like, no, I don't. I was like, oh, okay.
I said no.
Yes. Because you can't hear it. Like,
Well, when that's where you're from and you're surrounded by
but
it.
I don't sound like I'm from Baltimore. I do have an accent, but I don't sound like a Baltimore. So,
You don't sound like a bottom. No, you don't sound like a bottom.
I don't know how they talk.
They say, like, do you want one or two? Like, one or two.
That's
funny,
no,
though?
that's the fucking Dundalk.
When you hear
That is the
Dundalk
Dundalk.
Essex
You can
shit.
tell the Dundalk Essex.
Smoke,
Smoke,
Boat.
you,
Boat.
I only hear it when they're making
Yeah, they
fun
say
of
their O's kind of a weird way,
You
you
sound
know.
like that.
Like when you're in just normal conversation, you don't pay attention to it. But when people actively are making fun of it, that shit.
Well, we're not making, well, I guess.
Well, I'm not making fun of it.
Right, pointing it out.
Watch the new.
Because everybody's got an accent
Hairspray.
technically.
Yeah,
Here's the
They're
thing,
not from
Ron.
that area, you know.
just an accent.
Watch the new Hairspray with John Travolta, and you can, he learns that Baltimore. What?
You see, I'm so offended because I'm like, what are you even talking about?
It's a movie.
Is that fucking? Did that blow your mind?
They did blow my mind because, first of all, I have no idea what Hairspray is, and second of all, that sounds like a movie I probably wouldn't watch. I don't watch many movies anyway.
Shit that I would ever watch in my life.
I'm making a.
Have you ever seen the movie Hairspray?
Oh my god, I'm making a point.
Jimmy's like, oh my god, I'm making a point. And I'm like, and I just I had hung up. I was just hung up on like, why do you think I would watch the movie Hairspray? Like, I never, why would I watch, what? I don't watch many movies though, you know, so.
He was like, what the fuck is he talking about? John Travolta? I don't know
I
anything
thought
about
he was
John
looking like,
Travolta.
they made a remake of that, and he's like, no, why the fuck? Why devote any amount of time to that shit?
So a movie called Hairspray.
So the point is that he learned and adapted a Baltimore accent, and it was like really fucking thick. But you can tell that like it's like a forced type of accent.
Fake accent.
Like, yeah,
He was
like when,
working it.
Yeah, but you can hear like the different letters or like syllables or like certain words. You can be like, damn.
But it's
That
also
is how
from a
people
different,
from Baltimore talk.
but it's also from a different period.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah,
It's not
like back in the day.
I don't know. I've never heard knew like any of that until I came to Baltimore.
Oh, I know, that's definitely a Baltimore
She really hasn't, though. Because I didn't
heard
either.
so much. To me,
That
the
you don't
Baltimore
hear it.
To me, the Baltimore accent is like, damn, bro, why won't you let your jaw move while you're talking? Like, your jaw can move
Why won't you
when you're
jaw
talking.
move?
Is it? Do they talk like this? Like they try to keep the.
See, I don't know what he's talking about with that.
Not the
I don't know what that
teeth
means.
together, but it's like, open your fucking mouth, bro. Like, let your tongue move while it's talking.
Is it like a lazy
It's
way
like,
to talk?
it's like,
Yeah, like I don't even want to
the
talk
police
to
just
you.
came out here, they got my boy talking.
I've
I'm
heard
like,
that. Yeah.
shut up. They should have got you too. Like, it's not everybody, but it's definitely noticeable for all people.
Right.
Did you hear some more killer owls? But I do have to work tomorrow.
And what's beautiful is here's the ending, and what a great ending we have. Because this just came out of nowhere.
Making my
out of nowhere at all. Bob and I are having a conversation, and of course my brother Donnie's there, and we're just kind of hanging out. We're kind of doing our thing. We're doing our walk, and then Donnie, behind all of us, just starts to sing along, and we all start singing along.
It's fucked up.
Fuck it. This is good.
I can't wait to get
That's
the sheets.
better. Yeah, I want to get the. Well, you know, I always get the pizza.
You know I love
and
my sheets.
chicken and cheese sticks at the.
I can't go without my sheets, especially if we're going to pass right by them. And you know how many times this past summer when we were doing Went for a Walk, Got Lost, how many times we stopped and got sheets on the way to Gettysburg, on the way to Annapolis Rock, on the way to the waterfall, on the way to Dan's Rock, on the way to the Gap State Park. Every single time, what did I do?
Stop at Sheets.
I was asking
Sheets.
Jimmy when we were still walking up. I was like, "Is he a big sheets person?" 'Cause
Right.
I preferred Royal Farms for a long time, but Wawa is my shit. I've been going there a little bit more frequently.
Yeah, I've been going to Wawa too frequently. I like sheets because it's like the variety.
Yeah, he was saying it has more. It has been for a while.
critic.
I remember when
I
But
do
I
like,
think
you know,
Wawa's got
I'm
better
just being
quality.
honest, you know.
I helped you move back.
But I do like
down
Wawa.
there,
I'm not against Wawa.
Right. Yeah.
We stopped at Sheets. That was an experience.
Charlie Park, Pepper Square.
Look at Bob, though. Look at Bob. Look at Bob. We all heard him. Oh my God, we're so stupid. You see, we're all like, he said something. Look at that. He's like, oh my God. Oh.
Charlie Park, Pepper Square.
Look at Bob. This is the dreamer.
Everybody gets in it.
Put a 10 on it. They see you want to do. I hope that's on. Dude, I hope that's on there.
I was so happy. I was like, wait a minute, where the fuck did that go? I hope I was recording and I wasn't like fake recording, you know, because a lot of times you'll record and then you don't know that you're recording, but it's just one of those things. Yeah, but that's one of the best things about going for these walks, man, is going out there, enjoying yourself, and it's like you've been looking. Oh, hold on now. Let me fix that real quick. Let me get that timer back off of there. Then let me get this back onto me now. All right, guys, we're back here now. We're back to our normal view real quick, but yeah, that's one of the best things that I love about that is because it's like we've been talking about meditating and going out, and like some of the best type of meditation that you can do is just going out in the woods, and it like opens your senses. It opens your smell. It opens your eyes. It opens your feel. Like you feel the grass. You feel everything. You hear everything. The wind on you. You hear the rustle of the wind and the leaves. It's like it's great to go out there and reconnect and just be in the moment. And you don't have to think about anything else. You don't think about any of the weird, you know, whatever you want to call it, like modern society things where people are like stressed out about everything. Yeah, because everybody's stressed out about here and there. Oh, I got to go here. I got to go there. I got to do this. I got to do that. You can just go in the woods and you can just walk, and you don't think about anything else. And what's really cool about it is you can keep walking, and then you can go out and you can get to a spot like this, to Annapolis Rock, and you can really not focus on anything, because a view that you don't necessarily get to see all the time, because you do get to see trees, and unless you live in a city, but most people don't. I don't think most people live in a city. Most people live around a little bit of trees. Most people live around, that type of stuff. So it's not necessarily like a big thing to be able to do that. But the reason why I love doing the Went for a Walk, Got Lost is because it's one of the best forms of meditation that you can do. You can just go out there and you just get so creative. I know, some of my best ideas come whenever I'm going out and I'm just walking and I'm just going and I'm not thinking about anything. But then again, I am thinking about everything. Because it all, a lot of different ideas come to you while you're going, and you're just going in the wind. And I think an important part of that is to not have your phone on you and to be as disconnected to things as you can be, and try to just go and try to just be in the moment and try not to think about anything. Just be there. What do you think about that?
Yeah, it's definitely putting you in the moment, and
it takes you there, right?
Right.
Yeah, Lori said that we love doing the trails now. Yeah, Lori, that's exactly the point. That's one of the things. It's like one of my favorite things is just losing yourself in the moment, and that moment is being in those trails and not having to think about anything. And what I love about it is Fitbit. I like being able to track my steps and all that other good stuff, because sometimes I get a little crazy with it because it tracks your sleep, it tracks your stuff. And like the crazy thing about this is, and I didn't tell this story. I haven't told this story yet, so I might as well tell the story now. This is like the Fitbit Ionic, which is like one of the best Fitbits that they have. And on my birthday, of course, I used to have like a Fitbit. What was the other Fitbit that I have? I don't remember what the other Fitbit was that I had, but it was and it cost me like $150 to get, which I know it's ridiculous to buy that for a watch, right? But I really like having it because I like being able to track my steps, my calories burned, my body fat percent. Well, I do my body fat percentage on a separate thing, but I like being able to track everything. So if I can track everything, I can track my calories, I can track my heart rate, I can track my sleep. I really like being able to track my sleep. That's one of the big things, is being able to track your sleep, because I didn't realize like how important that was. Brian out in the YouTube chat said the crazy thing is we only walked a fraction of the whole trail. Yeah, dude, that trail. And by the way, going back to Annapolis Rock, that trail is based off of the what is it, like the Shenandoah Valley Trail? It's like one of those really, really, really long trails. Like people take like 2 to 3 weeks to walk the whole trail, and they'll go camping. They'll have like a what's the thing called? Tents. They'll have tents. Yeah, tents. And what's the other thing called? Blankets. What are those blankets that they wear? That they have? What's like an outdoor blanket that people wear that keeps them warm? It keeps them cuddled. What is it called? What's it called? It's a. It's like a. What type of thing is it? Can anybody in the chat help us? It's not a Snuggie, but it's close to a Snuggie. It could be a Snuggie. It could be a Snuggie. A flannel? No, not a flannel. It's not a flannel. It's like a
sleeping bag.
A sleeping bag. They'll take a fucking tent and a sleeping bag. Little did I know, a fucking sleeping bag. I wouldn't be able to think about a fucking sleeping bag. But yeah, a sleeping bag is one of the fucking the things that people take, and then I guess I don't know, maybe they'll just take like some protein bars and stuff like that. They'll go out there, because I can't imagine they're catching their own food on such highly populated trails. But a heated blanket. That'd be nice if you had a heated blanket. I would love a heated blanket. But probably not. A sleeping bag. You guys need to plan a camping trip. I know. Brian was probably watching this like, God, it's a sleeping bag. How do you not know that? Yeah, we do. We all, you know what? That's actually a cool idea. We do need to plan a camping trip, and we all need to go on it, because I think that'll be a blast. I would love that. That would be a blast. But anyway, yeah,
sure.
Like a lot of people go on those trails, and it takes them like a long, long time to go through it. I haven't necessarily looked up what it was, and I don't think that I'm ready to do such a long, badass trip like that. I think I need to practice going camping first, and then give it a shot and see how well I do, because I haven't been camping since I was a little kid. It's been a long time since I've done that. Mm-hmm. I do know that I sleep much better with the crickets than I do with neighbors stomping overhead. I sleep a lot better with crickets than neighbors stomping overhead. That's for sure. But anyway, back to the Fitbit story. Yeah, so I had like a regular Fitbit, and it was my birthday, and I was out working, and of course I wasn't paying attention, and I was trying to get as many steps as I could in, and I was walking, and all of a sudden I looked down and I tried to check my steps for the day, and my frickin' Fitbit was gone. It fell off. And the problem is my wristband had worn out, and I bought a new wristband off of Amazon. But apparently I didn't buy like a wristband from the factory, Fitbit factory, so it didn't fit properly, or it didn't lock properly, or whatever the case may be. It just didn't work properly. So that little piece fell off. And I didn't notice it until who knows how long I didn't notice it for. Because, you're just going about your day. You're not thinking about like, oh, let me check my watch all the time. You just check it when you check it. So I was going, and then I looked down, and my wrist is blank. And I'm like, oh, my God. Where the hell is this stupid thing? So I backtrack, and I drive back to all these different places that I've been, and I'm trying to find the stupid thing, and I'm using the Bluetooth because like on the Fitbit, once you refresh it, it'll find it on the Bluetooth. Mm-hmm. So I go back to all these little spots, and I refresh it, and I don't find a damn thing. I don't find anything, and I'm like, geez, Louise, what the F am I going to do? What the fuck am I going to do? I said, what the fuck? I just bought an Amazon one. Lori, did you buy Amazon wrist, like the wrist things? Because you need to be careful with those, because mine fell off. I have something similar to a Fitbit, and I love it for tracking steps and miles. Yes, exactly. That's what I love about it. It doesn't have to be a Fitbit. It can be whatever the hell you've got. Anything that you have that'll track your steps and your miles. For me, I really like the Fitbit because it tracks your heart, your resting heart rate, mm-hmm. and it tracks your heart rate throughout all the day, and it'll let you know if like you're having irregular heartbeats or anything like that. And also, I just got the premium stuff, so the premium stuff will also. And we don't work for Fitbit or anything. I'm just telling you stuff that I like. So I like it because it tells you like your oxygen, how much oxygen you're taking in at nighttime, and how much like how good you are at it. And ever since I've been putting a tape on my mouth and I've been breathing through my nose, I breathe so much better. I take in so much more oxygen for some reason. Like, your nose hairs do filter in a certain weird kind of way. I don't know if there's too much truth to that, but it seems pretty cool to me. It seems pretty badass. But anyway, back to the Fitbit story. I was running around trying to find my stupid Fitbit, and I realized, nope, I'm screwed. I don't have a Fitbit. Now I'm pissed off because how am I going to track my steps? How am I going to track my body mass index? How am I going to track my heart rate? How am I going to track my heart rate? My resting heart rate? How am I going to track any of that? I can't. So I go to Walmart, and I'm like, all right, let me see if I can find one of these Fitbits here. And I know it's going to be expensive. I'm going to try to get the same one that I had. And they only had one, and it was the Fitbit Ionic, which is what I got, which is a really good one. And I was like, God, all right. Well, all my statistics that I had for the past 3 years have been on Fitbit. So now they got me. Like now I want to keep track of all that data, and I don't want to have to look at this data and then switch over to like Google data or whatever the other data is going to be that's going to be tracking your stuff, whatever the fitness app is. So I'm like, okay, let me just stick with a Fitbit. So I'm like, all right, well, how much is that stupid thing? Because I know that's way more expensive than the one that I had. And I check it, and they ring it up, and they're like $60. And I'm like, whoa, wait a minute. I got one that's worth way less than that for double the price. Are you sure that's right? I didn't say that. I was like, let me get it. I was thinking, is that exactly what it is? Or no, I didn't say it. I was like, no, let me get it. Your Fitbit won't sync now. Oh no, Lori, you got to get a new Fitbit. You got to get a cheap one though. Yeah, exactly. Rick said it's the same exact thing. He said that his Fitbit fell off while he was on the treadmill. And yeah, exactly. My Fitbit fell off when I was working. I don't even know exactly where and what I was doing, but all I know is that it just fell off and I couldn't find the damn thing anymore. And that was because I got something from Amazon. I didn't get like an actual Fitbit thing. It was an Amazon thing. So I'm like, man, this is $60. Let me get that damn thing. So I ring it up, and I'm like, oh shit, is this gonna fucking backtrack on me? Is this gonna mess me up in any kind of way? Ends up, nope, it's perfectly fine. It is what it is. That's the price. It's the Fitbit Ionic. It's a better watch. It looks better. It's nicer. One problem though, there's one caveat that I didn't take into consideration, which isn't really that big of a problem because I drive all the time anyway. The battery doesn't last as long. Oh. That's the one thing. So I have to charge it like every 2 to 3 days instead of every 4 to 5. So that's a little bit more of
Not
a
bad,
nuisance, than everything else. But all of the other additives, I can't really complain about it. I like it. I enjoy it. I'm fine with it. I'm I can't complain too much. Especially when I'm driving. Like this morning, I was driving out to, you remember that place where I told you that person pulled that gun on me?
Mm-hmm.
I had to go back there. So, and maybe we'll teaser for a future story. Maybe I'll tell you that story where this person pulled a gun on me. But, so I had to go back there, and I got that all taken care of, and it was all good. So, so the Fitbit is good. It doesn't last as long. I had it charging on the way there. I charge it as much as I can. I know that I have to charge it more often than the other one, but all of the other extra additives that I get with it, I can't complain. I'm fine with it, and it looks nicer. So whenever I want to dress up nice and I can make it look good, I can make it look good. So that's one of the things with me. Do you like the Fitbit, or is it kind of like annoying for you sometimes?
I have no issues with it. I like the challenges they do on it.
The challenges are definitely fun. That's one of my favorite things, because we normally do the work week challenge.
Yeah, there you go.
Work week challenge, and if you guys want to add us onto your Fitbit, add us onto it. DM me your email, and I'll add you to my Fitbit. And we'll do some some different types of challenges. We'll have Ralph in there. Ralph is like the number one crazy guy in his challenges, because his challenges are just nobody can really keep up with him. It's cray. So that's just one of the things. That's one of the things. And I had to get my Fitbit story in there. And I love the Fitbit though. Like, I love being able to. And you don't have to have a Fitbit. You can have a step tracker. A step tracker will do the same damn thing. It doesn't tell you technically exactly everything that you're doing, and it doesn't keep up with your heart rate and all that other good stuff. But if you're doing 10,000 steps a day, there's not much more you can ask for that. That's healthy. That's healthy for most people. That's healthy for most people. So it's just one of those things. So I think that we're going to end it here. We got about an hour in. We got an hour worth of work in there. So thank you guys for joining us. We appreciate it. Annapolis Rock Part 2 was another fun one, and you got to see a little bit more. And what was beautiful about this is you got to see a little bit more of Dreama and Bob's drama that they have with each other. So they kind of talked a little bit of shit.
A little bickering.
They got a little bit of bickering with each other from they were bickering at each other a little bit, not too much, nothing crazy, but it's just one of those things. Like I said, like I was talking about Friday, and I'll talk about it again right now. I found some footage from that night.
Did you?
Yes. From that night, from when Dreama and Bob were challenging each other to their little drink off.
Oh.
And I have the footage. And just let me say, I'll preview it real quick right here, because I'm going to have to get both of them on at the same time. And it might be 1 or 2 weeks, maybe 3 weeks until I can get them on together again. But I'm going to do my best to get them on together so that I can debut this footage and let you guys see exactly what happened and how it happened. And it's going to take you for a little bit of a whirlwind, because I don't think you're expecting it.
Oh yeah. I got to see that.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying though. That, like, one of the main things is that's just what it is. So I hope that you guys enjoyed tonight. Tonight was fun. Tonight was one of the it's just one of those things. This was our Went for a Walk, Got Lost, and we're trying to do our best to get these out as often as possible. And I think that eventually we're definitely going to be doing this once a week. We have a little bit of old footage, so we still have, 2 of them? I know that we have Pretty Boy Dam that we did with Aunt Rhonda, and that's where Aunt Rhonda is going to make her big debut. Maybe we can have her on.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know if we can have her on live, though, because she always says some crazy shit.
Oh, yeah, you got to be careful with that.
But everybody loves the people that you got to be careful with. Everybody loves that shit because you never know what they're going to say, you know. And Aunt Rhonda is just crazy. And I know that you guys have heard a lot of Aunt Rhonda stories because Aunt Rhonda is what she is. She loves life. She loves her dancing. She loves going out and listening to her music, and she loves partying. Well, partying in the sense of dancing, you know, that type of stuff, because that's her thing. She's always telling us about her funerals that she wants to have, and her funeral is, I don't want anybody feeling bad. I want everybody to just dance and have a good time and just party. I was like, yeah, but we won't feel like partying.
Yeah.
We're not going to feel good about this. I don't care. Yeah, it's my funeral. I was like, yeah, well, if it is your funeral, so it is what it is. I mean, back in the day, so okay, here's another little tangent. So back in the day, back whenever human sacrifice was a ritual, it was like actually. So, you know, like whenever you think about human sacrifice and you're like, oh, my God, I'm going to kill myself for my God or whatever, you know, like human sacrament and like all these types of things back in the day, whenever that first started, it was like a very positive thing. It was like you are Jesus. So if you think about Jesus and Jesus is on the cross and he's taken the cross for the sins of everybody else, you are, in a sense, that type of a being, and you are taking, so like the sacrifice, you were willing to sacrifice yourself. So like, I think it was in Machu Picchu. It was like, I think it was one of the South American tribes. I can't necessarily remember exactly which one it was, but one of them, they would have a game where it was kind of like basketball. They would have a big old hoop, and they would have like these big giant rocks where they would try to throw them over. And I've just read some Joseph Campbell books, so you know it is what it is. This is the type of shit that I like. So they would try to, like, it was kind of like basketball, but like with stone rocks. And if your team won, your team captain was then sacrificed. So like in my head, I would think if you're being sacrificed, like you like that's not a good thing. Like the losers got to sacrifice themselves. I don't want to sacrifice myself. But in that type of culture, at that time, at that place, it was a really good thing. So you were playing your heart out to try to win so that you could sacrifice yourself for everybody. You're trying to sacrifice yourself for everybody. So it's just fascinating to me, like how different cultures have different types of beliefs and ways of life. And like that's more of an ancient belief and more of an ancient thing that was way back, a long time ago. But it's just fascinating because that was a positive thing. They would be happy. They would have like a party going in to sacrifice themselves. Mm-hmm. And it's like it's just crazy. So it's like, you never really know, like, how people interpret things, because they interpreted that as like a really good thing, and it was like, no, I want to. This is such a great thing. This is one of the best things you can do. Like the best interpretation that I have is to say that you are like Jesus and you are sacrificing yourself for your people, mm-hmm. and that's kind of what that belief was. Right. And it's just fascinating, man. It's just crazy. But anyway, that's just one of those tangents because I just read a Joseph Campbell book. Hey, and I would recommend, if you guys like that type of stuff, read some Joseph Campbell, because he studied a lot about mythology and ancient mythology and different mythologies from all over the world who were not contacted with each other. So it's a lot of psychological stuff where people, where you start to see, like, like he was the one that created but like pointed out the hero's journey. And the hero's journey is one of those things where people see a lot of these different patterns, but they're the same patterns, but they're in different cultures and they're in different religions and they're in different cultures. You can just say they're in different cultures, but they're the same types of ideas. You could say ideas or patterns or whatever you want to call them. And so read some Joseph Campbell if you guys have some time. That's some fascinating stuff if you're into it. I'm sure that most of you aren't into it, but hey, I'm glad that you guys are here to deal with me talking about it. Anyway, you got anything else to say?
Nope.
Awesome. Well, thank you guys for joining us. We appreciate it. This was Went for a Walk, Got Lost. We did our little hiking show that we normally do. We will be back next week We're planning on Monday or Thursday. Monday or Thursdays are going to be the days, pending on whenever I do training and those types of things. But tonight was a Tuesday night, and I'm glad that you guys were here to join us. So I hope you guys have a good night. You all be safe, and we will see you guys tomorrow for Spitting Venom Radio with Bob Hollywood. I think Jimmy's going to be here, and maybe